The opposition does not have a reason to, but they need to do something. So they walked out when Jaishankar, our foreign minister, was making a statement on the floor of parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely no reason for it. Jaishankar was giving the government's perspective. But even if the government's perspective were not to be taken at face value, because you don't want to believe Jaishankar, you want to believe Rahul Gandhi. Let's look at a few facts. Two telling visuals, viewers. The first visual is that of Indian ships, cargo vessels, passing through the Straits of Hormuz. Now, there are reports that Indian ships have been tracked moving through the Straits of Hormuz, and that is Pushpak and Parimal. These are two Indian ships. Now, how is it that an Indian ship is passing unimpeded through the Strait of Hormuz when very few other cargo ships are daring to pass through that area? Does the opposition believe that there isn't a lot of deft diplomacy that the government has done with all sides, the Iranian side, the Israeli, American, all sides, to make sure that our cargo is passing through? Now, obviously, there is a lot of backroom work the government must have done to make this possible. Even if you say that passing of one cargo ship is a litmus test, that litmus test can happen only when there's a lot of backroom work done, where the government has got assurances that if the Indian cargo ships pass, they will not be bombed, they will not be attacked, and their sailors will not be hurt. That happens when there is deft diplomacy. Now, the second visual, ladies and gentlemen, is that of the Iranian ship in Kochi waters. When an Iranian ship got into technical trouble, who gave it protection? The government of India, the Indian Navy, brought to Kochi and presently docked near Kochi. How is it possible, ladies and gentlemen, unless the government of India has worked the hotlines with everyone, with Iran, with the Americans, on both these sensitive issues? These are not small matters. Issue number one, the passage of Indian cargo ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Visual number two is that of an Iranian frigate or warship which ran into technical trouble being given effective protection near Kochi. This is deft diplomacy, and deft diplomacy that puts national interest first. What should be our concern at this time? Dear viewers, our concern should be us. I'm sorry if this sounds very selfish. It's not selfish, it is nationalistic. The government's concern is that the people of India are not affected, that we are safe, that we have enough and more fuel and fuel supplies, that prices don't go through the roof. Even if in America it's crossed $100 a barrel, that prices don't go through the roof, and that you're talking to all sides, which we are. We are talking to the Saudis, we are talking to UAE, we have hotlines open with the UAE, we are talking to the Americans, and we are meeting with Iranian officials. Please remember, the Foreign Secretary went and expressed his condolences over the killing of Khamenei. So we're talking to the Iranians as well. We're strongly engaged with them as well. And we've got our trade deal through as far as America is concerned, and we are buying oil from Russia. We are buying oil from Russia, and for all the people who said this is happening because some official in America says we've given them a 30-day moratorium, that is an American claim. We have never, ever on paper anywhere agreed to stop buying Russian oil. And if in the process of whatever is happening on the oil front over the last 1 month or 2 weeks, 3 weeks to be precise, because of this war, if we are able to make sure that we take advantage of the situation as a reservoir of oil, as a pass-through of oil, what's wrong with it? If the circumstances in the world are such that we use our refining ability, we use our global clout, we use our domestic market to get the best deal for our people, then what's wrong? So I repeat once again, consider 5 things the government has done. We have brought back tens of thousands of Indians safe from the most conflict-hit areas. We brought our students back, and we've done it remarkably well in a very short period of time. 2, we have given protection to an Iranian ship and therefore shown the world what strategic autonomy actually is. 3, we have managed delicate diplomacy which allows our ships to pass through the Straits of Hormuz, while the world looks at that visual and says, how did an Indian cargo ship pass unimpeded? 4, we have got more than enough oil for our people. more and enough oil for our people, at least in the medium term. How many countries today in the world can say that with confidence? 5, we are buying oil from Russia in the process. That also underscores our strategic autonomy. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we are in touch with all sides. The hotlines have been opened with UAE, with Kuwait, with Oman, with Iran, with the United States of America, everybody. We're talking to everybody, except the countries that don't matter in the course of this conflict. We have, therefore, I say, we have not only got the Iranians to listen to us, but we've got Donald Trump to rework his entire plan to block Russian oil purchase by India. We are therefore playing only by the national security and national interest playbook. And the reason I'm saying this is because I hate it that the same party that questioned us on Doklam, the same Rahul Gandhi, who was having lunch with the Chinese during Doklam, the same Rahul Gandhi who asked for proof after Balakot, the same Rahul Gandhi who questioned the surgical strikes when they happened, the same Rahul Gandhi who amplified Chinese propaganda during Galwan, the same Rahul Gandhi who called Doklam Dhokalam, the same person who called the surgical strikes fake. The biggest self-goal in Indian political history, a person called Rahul Gandhi has no business, ladies and gentlemen, questioning what the government is doing as far as this critical time is concerned. And I say to Rahul Gandhi tonight, Rahul, if you do this again this time, you would have basically declared to the world how bitter and frustrated you are. The world knows, but you would have just made it even more obvious. Don't play that trick again. Everyone in the country is watching. The nation is watching. The nation that you refuse to accept as a nation. Bharat is watching. Rahul Gandhi. They're watching your every move. And they're with the government in this.